both on this new one. So.
Awesome. So a lot of familiar names. It's a lot of the same creative team as before, correct?
Yeah, definitely. With the addition of James, so it's a really good book, and hopefully you guys will be able to check it out this November.
Absolutely. I'm going to be first in line for that, for sure. Thank you again so much for being here with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me on the interview. I appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, JoJo. And now we're heading right over to the main hall where a World of Warcraft panel is about to begin, live right here on DirecTV in HD. Enjoy the panel.
Welcome to the World of Warcraft live raid panel.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the World of Warcraft live raid panel. So I'm going to start off with some introductions here. From the right, we have Lee Sparks, producer. Here next to me is Scott Mercer. He's our lead encounter designer. I'm Corey Stockton. I'm the lead content designer. And then over here to my left, we've got a couple guys from Paragon, an EU guild that got the world first Lich King 25-man heroic kill in Northrend. We've got Alani right here to my left, and to his left, Laze. Then right behind me, we've got some color commentary from Alex Afrasiabi, who's our lead world designer. And then we've got Greg Ghostcrawler Street, our lead systems designer. And then we've got Rob Simpson from eSports. So we did this last year for the first time, and it was a lot of fun. It went over really well, but it might have been a little fly-by-wire. It's our first time doing it. So this year we spent a little more time, and we feel like we got something really cool set up. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. I'm going to hand it off to Scott over here.
All right, this year, like Corey said, we've set up a bunch of new stuff. Last time we did this, we just sort of spawned heroic bosses, the green dragons, and when we did that, the problem was that the raid just sort of blew them up because they had all old hit point values. So this time we went in and we've basically created entirely new copies of all the creatures you're about to see. So it'll actually be a pretty good challenge for even Paragon. So let me spawn in the first set of bosses they're going to fight.
What do we call this raid, Scott? What do we call it? What's the name?
Oh.
Aspie?
The Defense of Orgrimmar.
As though this is planned?
Yes.
Yes.
The Defense of Orgrimmar. As everyone can see from the cameras, we've actually positioned. Whoa. We've actually positioned a bunch of Twilight Drakes that are attacking. Nefarians here, Cho'Galls here. And the idea is that Paragon is going to help defend Orgrimmar. So here's the first set.
Now, to let everybody know, they have literally no idea what is about to hit them. They put a lot of work into this, and there's going to be some crazy stuff happening out in front of Orgrimmar in just a second. What? Welcome back to Molten Core, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, these have a bit more hit points than the previous ones. Magmadar now has 23 million hit points. Shazra has 16 million hit points.
Yes. Can we have our friendly video guys get the images on the far left and right screens?
Well, we got thousands of people that want to watch this over on that side. Let's not leave them out. Man, so I want to know what Paragon's doing right now in Vent, right? Because as soon as they see 4 bosses pop out in front of them, what are you going to do when you see Shazra and Geddon just appear in front of Org?
I think you're going to annihilate them. That's what you're going to do if you're Paragon.
We'll see what it's looking like they're getting into position. I mean, they literally have to create these strats completely on the fly, right? Like, we didn't tell them anything.
Right.
They actually had no idea that this was even in front of Org until about 60 seconds before this event started.
So I told Paragon they can attack whenever they're ready, and there they go.
Here they go.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Sorry, okay, whoa, okay.
So it'll be interesting to see which of the 4 bosses they end up taking out first. All the old abilities are there, but they do a whole lot more damage. Magmadar still enrages, but oh wow, they're taking a whole lot of damage.
Oh man.
Shazra still does the porting around, the arcane explosion. Oh, we have someone dead already.
That's
2 people dead already.
That's a rogue right there.
Why do you see? Look at this paladin coming in
So
here.
we've got this bear druid tanking Magmadar.
You guys want to stay out of the fire, by the way.
Yeah.
What happened? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Those environmental effects, so tricky
They
every
are,
time.
They are.
So now you have the green fire you want to stand in. Just
Right,
to make
exactly,
it tricky.
exactly. Oh, laser beams, yes! I'll go there. So look at the raid right now. I mean, we got a lot of people riding at about 50% HP, and we really haven't seen any damage done to any of these bosses. we have oh man, we've got breath coming out of Magmadar, not looking good.
Shazra's about at half health.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Paragon's at about
It's not looking good.
5%
No.
health.
They can 7-man this.
No.
This was the plan. Oh,
I think
no.
we're going to have to nerf these.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man,
It's angel time.
So as you can see, I think that the WoW
some sort of
development
GM
team,
res would be nice here.
the WoW development team definitely learned their lesson last year. They were not giving any free wins this time.
Well, there's our boy.
All right, we're going to res up. Try again. With better results.
If only Paladin still had divine
Round 2.
intervention.
If only, right?
All right, we'll try this again.
All right, so as they get rebuffed up, and we're going to get ready to go into this second wave. How are you guys feeling here at BlizzCon? Yeah? This is literally a one-of-a-kind global event, getting to see something like this put together specifically for Paragon, just for all of your enjoyment. Let's take a round of applause for Paragon. Yeah. Are we planning on letting them redo that first wave, or are they going to jump into wave 2?
Oh, yeah, no.
All right.
They got to beat it.
How confident do they feel, though?
Hopefully they're going to have a different strat. That was that last one worked.
Wiping's a relatively strong strat sometimes.
And here they go.
Well, they've got Hunter's Mark on Shazra. They're set.
Got to remember that trank shot on Magmadar.
Now, I don't know, is Shazra's Arcane Explosion, like, not doing a ridiculous amount of damage? Because last I checked, you do not melee down Shazra. Is it maybe it's been so long since they saw the encounters, or...
Yeah, they're keeping up with the healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually
they're
timed
gonna
the
try
work.
to
They're
drop
trying to burn Shazra down as fast as possible.
Oh, man.
Because the thing about these is once they get... Oops, he teleported.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Oh, the fear. Ooh.
And Shazra, as we can see right here, is starting to drop very quickly, just about down
It
to
looks
the
like they're trying to
60%
focus
range.
down Shazra first here.
Yeah, oh man, Cruff and Zeph both dropping down right there. We've got a lot of raid members getting pretty low, and it's not looking like they're going to be able to maybe work through Shazra. They're already 3 members down and have 3 of these bosses to go.
Shazra is at about, what, 40%.
Oh.
Yeah, but 3 people down.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
Yeah,
hard.
they're able to hold it pretty steady. So, oh man, boom.
Oh.
That was bad.
Oh, wait, is Get-In laying bombs? Is that what's happening to their raid?
Yeah, living bomb is actually happening.
Living bombs. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, that's got to be... So maybe an analysis is they've got everybody bunched up around Shazra trying to DPS through it, and Get-In throwing bombs in their DPS group, and they have no way to know who has the bomb or where to run.
I got a good strategy for this, though. I think the graveyard's really close, guys. just
Chain
Zerg it.
res.
When in doubt, Graveyard Rush.
Yeah.
Every time.
Totally.
what I do.
No, see, so that was the intention for the first raid, right? Because
Yeah.
back in MC, you would always have that out-of-combat reser in your raid.
Exactly.
There's about
I was
7
that
of them
guy.
left. Oh, and that breath.
The Druid tank was still up on Shazra there. Did he go down?
No, man, they got really close that time. I think they're feeling much more comfortable with the strategy for sure.
And they're back. Reset.
And a wipe.
Yeah. 2.
It was a good run.
Molten Core 2, Paragon 0.
This is the one time.
Do we want to move him forward, or do we want to let him wipe again?
Let's go. You want to see the next wave?
I think we should give him one more
through
shot.
We got some time here.
We got time.
A little bit.
Okay. One more?
One more.
The crowd? What does the crowd think? One more?
One more?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. When in doubt, ask the crowd every time.
It's not like it gets any easier after this.
All right, wait for the last 2 players to get going. Oh, man, that is an epic shot. You will never see that ever again.
Okay, they're full.
All right. Not yet.
Here we go.
So I'm going to help them out a little by nerfing Shazra.
Oh, they're stacking him.
Wait a minute. Wow, are they going to try to AoE down the phase? We've got 3 bosses. Okay. Okay, they were just taking that initial blow and then going to pull the bosses to the side. Man, that was going to be amazing. So it's looking like they're now kind of trying to evenly spread them out, but they're still stacking Geddon on top of Shazra, which is always going to create problems. I don't see where their DPS is going. Okay, on to Gehenna. Yeah, good move for sure. Gehenna's pretty much, once you get those ads down, right, you're just going to mow through.
Really hurt.
Yeah.
They're trying to get that Helm of Might.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that they kill at least one boss from this wave.
Wow, they've almost burnt Gehenna's down.
They might get an actual kill.
It's getting close.
It's close.
Yeah. Oh, it's here for them. Here come only 5%, 3% HP, only 1% remaining on Gehenna. Gehenna goes down. Yes. Man, really good move. Now we're starting to see the raid move over to what looks like maybe Magmadar. Not sure what's going to go on over here. Is that where we're seeing the DPS shift?
Yeah.
No, okay, on to Shazra again?
Next?
I don't know.
No.
Looks like they're getting Magmadar down now.
I think Magmadar.
Oh, and Zeph goes down. Man, a lot of that raid is just starting to take so much damage from Shazra. Every single time that they move in there, everybody's taking too much damage. Really hard to keep up.
Holy.
Yeah, Shazra is demolishing them single-handedly.
A lot of damage.
So Magmadar's about 65%.
I don't know. Yeah, taking Mag down a bit. Oh, GG.
Shaz's
Fire
taking a
breath,
little
no
bit
good.
of damage. Oh, that breath is bad.
That breath is gnarly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should have worn the fire resist gear.
Exactly. That was, yes, reminiscent. It's perfect. Where's everybody's fire protection potions, man? That's what I want to know.
Think of all the Hydraxian Warlord faction they're getting.
That's
I know. Boom. They could have had that gear made, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people still alive. Magmadar getting to around 50%, it
Magmadar's
seems.
getting a little low.
They got Magmadar.
Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure they don't have a ton of druids in their raid, but if you'd like to notice that now everybody is alive, I think they really like the corpse running.
I think they used my strategy. I am a master strategist.
They might have took that tip.
It's what
You
this was
see?
tuned for anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, Magmadar's
Down to
getting
5
close.
million.
Yeah. Magmadar coming down to
4 million. He's
30%.
dropping like a rock
Yeah,
now.
they're doing really good now.
Man. Oh, wow. Okay, and we've got Fears going too. I mean, and again, one thing, they didn't have really any preparation for this, so there's no way to ultimately set up your group comps to help you just a little bit more.
Mag's about
Magmadar,
to go down.
yeah. Oh, yeah, 5% on Mag. Oh, 3%. Oh, we're getting so close. Look at those dots tick away, and it's looking like Mag's going to go down. Boom. Man, so that's 2 of 4. Paragon's looking pretty good right now.
World first Magmadar.
They should get Corehound pets for that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, and now it's looking like they're switching over to Baron. Okay, so they are saving Shazra, it looks like, for last. Probably a pretty good move. They did realize just how much damage they were starting to take from that.
Look, they're getting encouragement in general chat.
Yeah. And now everybody in general is starting to pump them up. Oh, man.
It's only 2 down.
Baron?
I lowered the health on him a little bit. Just to speed
Did they
things
also
up.
switch? Is there any range onto Shazra? I can't see if there's...
No, they're keeping him
No?
a healthy distance away from everyone because of the Arcane Explosion.
This bear looks so lonely over here.
Yeah, he's just chilling. That's what he wants. Getting some one-on-one time with Shazra. It's been so long since they've seen each other, so... Oh, wow.
Now, I wonder if they'll remember what Barrett and Geddon does when he gets low.
Yeah, is that...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the bear is like almost capable of soloing Shazra. It's at like 80%.
This is looking,
We'll find out soon.
Might be looking positive.
Oh, this is definitely going to be a 3rd kill for them, no problem. Can't really see if I haven't really seen any raid members specifically running out for, oh, and there we can see raid members now starting to move away. Okay, moving away for his AoE, really good move, and Baron goes down. All right, now this is going to be the tough part. Will Paragon, you know, kind of think about this a little bit and maybe keep their people out of the AoE, or at this point are they already like just so committed and confident?
It's a done deal.
It's going right down.
Yeah, it's no problem. Look at all that DPS just taken down, all the way down to 40. Man, Shazra stands, no chance.
Yeah, you're looking at about 250,000 DPS.
The classes
right
are looking OP here, Greg. I think.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
200, literally a quarter of
Too
a
much
million
DPS.
DPS.
Yeah.
And
Oh, and Shazra all the way down to 20%. It's looking very good for Paragon, getting very close to having the world first wave 1. Wide range kill. Oh, and there it goes. Yeah, let's hear it for Paragon taking down wave 1.
Good job, guys.
Did anyone remember to say too soon?
Okay, now I don't know. We're probably going to need to buff that, I guess.
Let's see the loot.
Oh.
So weak.
Oh, man. All right, so what are we going to expect maybe coming in for wave 2? Do we want to give him a little hint, or we just want to slap him in the face with more crazy?
well, what's after Molten Core?
Let's hear it from the crowd. What's after Molten Core?
Where do you go after Molten Core?
Okay, so some of you played vanilla. That's okay. Yeah, so up next we are going to have some bosses, I think, coming from Blackwing Lair. What? Surprise!
Yeah.
So as you can see, we've got Broodlord Lashslayer out there, the Beast. This is going to get ugly real quick. I think we saw a Chromatic.
Yeah, so this is the combination of Blackwing Lair and Blackrock Spire. So we have Broodlord, Lashslayer, Chromagus, the Beast.
Do you think Finkel's in there?
Ready?
He's in there.
He's in
there.
the Beast. He always finds a way in there.
Should have added the suppression.
And then Dracasath in
Oh
there
man,
as well.
Dracasath, yeah.
Wasn't a very clean pull though.
Who's on mind control duty?
I really wanted to see Dracasath spawn eggs everywhere, and all of a sudden them have to deal with like mind controls and popping eggs and ads and 3 other bosses.
That'd be something.
So it's looking like them. Oh no. Okay.
We're gonna give him a clean pull.
Okay, that's it. I think that's fair. Did really good. Got the first wave and didn't strike out, right? Now, had you guys thought at all about like what strategies they would have had to do for this?
Yeah, what do you
All
go
right,
for first?
They've respawned.
What do you kill first? I think you kill Chromagus first.
Yeah?
That's what I think you got to do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have we had an internal team like try any of this?
Oh, I did this by myself.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah. God mode, death touch, but it's a little different.
Alex and Greg duo everything to properly tune it for the average player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's a nice lineup.
So they're getting started. We see a little bit of communication, probably trying to rethink whatever's going on. I mean, unfortunately, they had nowhere near as much preparation time as they did for Molten Core, right? Because we literally just flew the bosses into their mouths. Yeah.
Oh, there they are.
I said it.
They're right here. They're ready.
They're coming up with a strat.
Oh man, I like how they all put on like the most prestigious titles as possible for this, so that everybody in the world can see how awesome they are.
Like the Explorer and Jenkins.
Oh, look, here's the Insane right here.
Dude, I saw.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That guy's crazy.
He literally.
Troll Boomkin there.
Oh,
I
here we go.
saw High Warlord was ready to bow down. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's looking like they're taking the
they're
beast
gonna
off
off-tank
to the
these.
left. What was that? Oh, okay, the beast charging around as he does. Okay, looking like they're going for Dracasath first. Lots of DPS coming in on him. Probably going to start taking quite a bit of damage. We can see down there in the lower left hand of that screen, looking glorious. Lots of Spirit Wolves out, everybody trying to pop all their DPS. We don't see anybody down quite yet. A couple of the people starting to get relatively low.
It's like at 60%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dracasaths get wow.
Going down.
It looks like these guys have much more HP than the Molten Core Wave. Oh, knockback. Sorry. Everyone you wanted to heal is out of range? Whoops. Dracasath, yeah, slowly falling down.
This will be close because they've got one of the bosses half dead, but looks like 7 or 8 of them are already dead.
I think at this point,
guys. Run back.
They need to get in there and continue. Yes, that's what we need to see. We need to see running back to bodies. That's
what they're
like
doing.
the best way. Because I mean, so they're learning on the fly. Like it's not a bad idea, and you can't really be, you know, that upset at them for doing it. It makes sense. If you could do that in every raid, you would. Dracasath dropping a little bit low.
Strat.
Greg, you think they have a pretty good shot this time, GC?
Looking good.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to be fighting the res timer here soon.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Chromagus, if everyone remembers, Chromagus had 5 different possibilities for Breaths. We gave him a Frostburn and the Fire one, and it's pretty bad.
Hopefully they brought their dust.
I think Drax going to go down.
Oh, gave him Dirty Hacks. Drax actually looking really good, and as these players continue, you know, running back to their corpses, they're getting knocked all over the place. Fighting 4 bosses at once is no easy feat. We can see Dracasath is just about to go down, coming down to that 10% range. The real interesting part is going to be where do they go from here, right? Because right now they have 1 tank tanking 2 bosses, getting very close down to 5, getting much closer. Oh, will we see Dracasath go down? I'm going to want to hear the crowd yell about this. Getting super close. Oh, and down goes Dracasath. Man.
So they go right after Chromagus.
Who's next?
It's a good move. Taking Alex's advice, they know Chromagus needs to go down because he's going to get dirty real quick.
Should have done him first.
Look how far they pulled the beast. It's like on the other side.
They've got a Goblin DK tanking the beast. That's awesome.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. I was like, how did the beast get free? What's going on? We got it, though. And Chromagus all the way down to 50%. They are hammering through Chromagus compared to how long it took to get Dracasath down. Taking a look through one of their Paladin tank screens for a little bit. We can take a look at the raid. There isn't as much sporadic damage as we saw in the first wave. It's looking pretty good, actually. I actually don't foresee them wiping to this at all.
Well, it looks like they're going to get this one.
I always remember that fight taking forever. Chromagus just would not die.
Not for Paragon, man. They just slammed through him. They said about the thing
like 200,000 DPS back in the day either.
Yeah.
That's when 1,000 DPS was awesome. If you were doing 1,000 DPS, you were a baller. Oh, and Chromagus.
Man.
Oh, and now it looks like they might be moving on. Yeah, moving on to Broodlord Lashlayer. See how they deal with that. Now, when he initially spawned, did I see ads come out with him? Or was it just, okay, maybe some other random stuff aggroed. And Broodlord Lashlayer again going down super quick. Wow, that DPS is ridiculous. I don't know if you guys can, no, I guess you can't see it. They're at about 200,000 DPS. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, in the beta we've seen guilds break 300,000 rather.
300,000?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I mean during
Lust and Time Warp even more.
Just able to run through this. Oh, no, that's not even going to be a problem. We're literally watching them take a tank and
So
smack.
they almost got Lashlayer down.
Maybe we need to engage Wave 3 while they're finishing this. Oh, I don't know. The crowd is awful cruel to these guys. Okay, taking down Lashlayer, getting pretty close. Maybe when they get, okay, yeah. 3 of 4 for Wave 2. Paragon ripping through it. Oh, you got some experience. Level a little bit.
I want to see all those Twilight Drakes land down at once.
They will.
So. Oh, will
coming.
they? Okay.
Sort of.
As Ghostcrawler wishes. And okay, and yeah, it's just looking basically like a tank spec. The beast is definitely going to go down about 50%. Maybe, do we need to spawn the last wave when he's getting really close to dying? Maybe. The crowd's going crazy. If it's possible. I mean, we don't want to break it. If we spawn in the last wave when it's at like 10% or something?
Oh, they have to pull it, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it sounds like they're going to have to pull it anyway, and I don't think that Paragon is going to opt to add 4 bosses, so we don't have a way to force it on them. The one person that's been supporting Paragon. Everybody else is, no, spawn them all at once, kill them! And there goes Wave 2. Now this is a wave to be excited for.
That was a little sneak peek.
Yeah. I think that might be enough of the old school. Might be time to move on to the new school.
Yeah.
So they're starting to mount up. I'm pretty sure that they have no idea where they're going to engage all of those dragons.
So the next set of bosses, we decided, yeah, we're going new school. So we actually took 4 of our heroic dungeon cataclysm bosses, juiced them up a lot, and that's what Paragon's going to be fighting now. So they'll spawn in here briefly.
I don't know, from what I've been reading on the forums, it sounds like it would take 25 people to kill any of the current heroic bosses in beta.
And there they are.
Surprise! Now that doesn't look half as intimidating as the previous 2 waves.
Yeah. So we have Romog Bone Crusher from Blackrock Caverns on the left. Then we have Ozruk, he's from the Stone Core. Forge Master Throngus from Grimbatal. And Commander Ulthok from Throne of the Tides. They're 4 of our rougher heroic bosses, but we've even juiced them further. They shouldn't be able to take these out. Really quickly.
Wow. So actually looking at the HP these bosses have, they're all at like 21 million plus.
That's not that much when you're doing 250,000 DPS, though.
That's not that much when you're doing 300,000 DPS, but it is a lot when there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
They'll take it. I think they're trying to think. They've actually several people mounted up. Maybe it's just so they can get to their locations quicker. I'm not sure what their plan is.
So
I'm pretty sure none of these bosses fly.
No, none of the
Thankfully
bosses
for them.
safe out there. Give them a little bit of time for strat.
Okay, sure.
Because each one of these could kill a lot of them really quickly.
I don't know. I don't think the crowd's very happy about that. They wanted these guys down like 5 minutes ago.
All right. I think they're ready.
All right.
They're landing anyway.
Let's hear it for Paragon. Let's hear it some more. Come on, they're getting ready for this wave. Man.
Here we go.
This is easily one of the best crowds in the world.
There go the tanks.
Oh, I know.
You can tell the new bosses because they talk.
Yes, all the bosses talking mad trash on Paragon right now. Oh, wow. Oh, man, do not stand in deep breath.
Yeah.
We see that, oh, man.
Oh, wow.
That shield is destroying. Yes. Yeah, exactly. You see that? That is fire coming out of the shield.
Oh.
What do we do about this? How do we? There's chains everywhere.
That's awesome.
This is ridiculous. What? Oh man, a couple people dying, so they're going to try to run back and take this down. Have we seen where they're trying to lay in their DPS right now?
Oh.
Man, I can only imagine how they prepared for this. Like if the last couple weeks was just, dude, we have to kill every single boss in the game every day.
Yeah. So to talk about the bosses a little bit, Throngus actually has 3 separate modes. Wow. I guess we'll talk about Romog for a second because he's chaining everyone. Romog casts a spell where he brings you all, well in this case 5 targets in close to him, chains you up, and you have to break up the chains to free yourself before he does a whirlwind that kills you all.
I know.
Oh wow, oh my goodness, all the ads.
There's a lot of dead.
Whoops.
Yeah, Romog also summons a lot of ads too.
Oh man, oh look at that healer get destroyed. Oh yeah. Oh.
Only a few ads. I don't think the graveyard run is going to work here.
Yeah, they're on rest timer at this point.
Ooh.
So I've seen lots of alerts coming up. What's going on with an encumbered mace?
Lots of angered earth.
I think we'll call that a wipe.
I think so.
Now, are they going to get another shot at that? Yeah? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Shogal is
Sounds
not
good.
impressed.
What? How did... Oh, yeah.
Oh, it looks
why
like
isn't this-
someone's
I wanna
got a
look at
guild
that.
ability there, maybe.
Oh, man. Mass res. So cute. Take a look. Just the last members getting in. They're going to get rebuffed and get right back in there again real soon. Want to make this experience as authentic as possible and make sure that we all feel at least some of the pain when they wipe. Okay, looking like Scott's.
And there
ready
they
to
are.
go. Okay, now again, I didn't really see what was going wrong for them. Could you guys like spot what exactly happened? I mean, I saw like the dragon shield demolish people.
Yeah.
And then
The
aside
chains.
from that,
Chains look pretty bad.
Yeah, the chains was pretty bad. It brings them all, like I said, it brings characters in, and then they have to break the chains, or else he does this huge attack that kills everyone close by.
and you're dealing with 3 other bosses. That's
Yeah,
one boss.
3 other bosses.
Cool.
Osrock does this huge spike attack that you saw, the big huge cone that
Oh, man.
pretty much so kills anyone.
Yummy goblin burgers.
Delicious.
Looks like a goblin barbecue.
And here we go again.
So we didn't really see them get to establish exactly what they wanted to do last time. They were kind of just learning, kind of feeling around a bit there. And we'll see if they're able to better adjust this time. It's looking like they're going for Romog. Man, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Is that close?
That's close.
Okay.
Oh, wow, they're tearing through him quick, too.
They just lusted. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and there we have the fabled 300k DPS mark. Oh, Nakimo and Tutty going down.
Well, this could go well or really, really bad. If he
Oh,
does
and
his
here come the
attack while
chains.
they're right next to him.
And ads.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
they made it.
It could have gone better.
Wow, okay. Took down all those ads very wow. Those the skeletons on the ground from the ads dying was awesome. Oh man, they've got impaled. So when people are getting impaled, do they have to kill spikes or anything along those lines? Yeah. Super. And as they continue to chain res, I think that if they get through the Bone Crusher, they'll have a pretty good chance at making it through this.
Okay.
So they've got to worry not just about each boss's individual abilities, but the way they all work together.
Yeah, see, pretty much anything where you'll have AoE abilities combined with somebody else that pulls everybody
Right.
in,
Pull
you're
them
going to have some
together and
trouble.
then nuke 'em.
Yeah. Oh, and this is looking good. They're getting down to 20%. Maybe we'll see some. Oh, get cleaved.
That was not good.
Oh, man.
They are
That was
keeping
so
the ads
good.
under control this time, though. Last time it was the ads that got, well, maybe not. Ooh.
Blizzard hates melee.
I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from this. It's looking
They
pretty
might get
bad.
one, maybe.
They could probably finish him off, but I think that maybe they're running into like res timers at this point in the battle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're getting close. Yeah. Maybe they need some support from the crowd.
Almost have Roma
Maybe.
gone.
But will their screams be enough? We've got Bone Crusher getting very low, only a few percent left. Oh, and we see the chains from him, but maybe that'll stop them from taking it down.
no.
I think, are all of the tanks down? Oh, so close.
I think they're going to do it.
More dots. Oh, man. He's off in a field. Oh, he couldn't solo him.
They got him.
That close.
Oh, he's down! Yes!
More dots.
Nice.
Right.
All right.
What's the plan now, Scott?
Well, we're going to move along to one of the last phases. We're running a little short.
On to phase 4.
This dragon's been waiting patiently up on the cliff.
Yeah, what have they been doing here this whole time?
Overseeing. Playing checkers. Whatever. Rock, paper, scissors. Star 2.
All right, ready?
We're ready.
I think we're ready.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, but where are they going? Oh, what? Oh, what? How are you supposed to attack that? What will Paragon do?
So it looks like these dragons are heading to the ramparts.
Oh.
I think they're attacking Orgrimmar is the plan.
Oh, I thought they were just
So
like...
this last group of bosses are sort of the aerial attack of this entire sequence. It's a lot of the good ones here as well. We have Fire Maw for Blackwing Lair. We have War Chief Rin Blackhand making an appearance on top of Gith. We have Valian the Corrupt, who's kind of like Valestraz the Corrupt, but black. Because we don't want a red dragon attack.
Does this mean that everybody has unlimited mana and energy?
Yeah, and then we have Thorelian, who's a boss that you'll see in Blackwing Descent.
Yes, please. Kind of like Vale, except for he starts with 100% HP. Good luck. Oh man, they're already getting... Oh, just kidding. No, he doesn't. We just got to look at his health. He actually does just start at like 30 or 40 or something.
So they've started the fight. Everyone now has essence of the red, so they're all like sort of supercharged. It starts off with Fire Maw, Gith, and Blackhand on the ground. Thorelian and Valian the Corrupt are shooting down fires from above.
It's a lot of fire.
Yeah, it's both the normal red fire and also the new hotness purple fire.
like I just want to say this is like the most numbers I've seen on a healer's screen a few minutes ago.
As a Holy Paladin, Holy Radiance is great for that much damage going off at once.
Yeah, just have everybody stack up and everybody's gonna get healed back to full, no problem. Now, the tricky part about this, in Durotar now, are you able to fly in ghost form? Or is it gonna be really hard for them to get back to their corpses for these?
You can fly right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was just saying it more of, because how are they gonna use the corpse run strat?
I don't think they're going to be able to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no Ghost Griffin.
No Ghost Griffin.
So they are at a disadvantage up here.
So they got Fire Mod about half. And by the way, this Ren summons little chromatic whelps to help him out. Because what's Ren without whelps?
Man, yeah, and Firemaw is actually going down pretty quick. They only have 2 casualties so far. And it's looking like the rest of the raid is going to be able to hold up pretty well. Don't think they have any battle reses left.
This never would have happened while Thrall was War Chief.
Man, that is a lot of stuff at once. I don't. Oh man, time's getting pretty close. I heard you guys have a special present for them.
Yeah, there's a special present.
I'd say it's special.
I'd say it's special.
So Fire Mod's down
Sort
to
of.
20%.
So maybe when they get Firemaw down, a certain something will be unleashed.
When Fire Maw comes down,
Okay.
you know, these 2 dragons in the air, like one of them will come down.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
There he goes.
Okay, so Firemaw down.
Look out.
Good work. Oh, I see Scott. He's ready to do some super sneaky stuff, I think. I actually also have no idea how any of this is going to happen. Oh man, they get what? What? Oh, okay.
Just a little helping hand.
Paragon jumping up to millions of DPS a second.
7 million.
I might have helped them a little.
Magic buttons. Oh, there's only a couple of this
So they have
brood
Gift
left.
left. And Thoralion. These are some crazy spell attacks.
That's all Thoralion.
Nobody said get the one in the dress for Ren.
Blackhand's working it.
All right. Yeah, and Blackhand's dropping pretty quick.
A little earthquake action.
And there goes Ren.
Poof. How was that so fast? Okay, that's 3 of 4. There's only 1 remaining. Oh. Got to finish him off because we want to make sure that you guys are going to see this very special treat. Soon. And when I say soon, I mean Blizzard soon.
Too soon.
It's hard even for a GM to kill.
Oh, and there it goes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now this is the important part. Okay, we're getting right here, and it looks. Oh, what's that voice?
Uh-oh.
Oh, and there it goes. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That does it for the World of Warcraft Live Raid. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's have a big round of applause for Paragon.
Thank you for attending the World of
And that is the live raid complete here at BlizzCon 2010. As everyone gets the full Blizzard experience, there's a gyroscope kind of ride thing here going on. Lots of excitement. It's almost like a Disney theme park or something like that. Anyways, we are back here live on the stage. Cat Hunter is busy preparing to go on the main stage with Jay Moore in a little bit for the costume contest. So Kim joins me. Kim, great to have you here.
I'm glad to be back.
And we've got another special guest, a man who knows all things audio in the world of Blizzard, Russell Brower. Russell, it's great to have you here, Russell. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that you guys are doing this year at Blizzard, because Cataclysm, you just put out that amazing cinematic in the opening ceremony. You guys did sort of a new version just for BlizzCon with the audio, right? It was sort of had a little bit of an extra introduction.
We did a special immersion moment before the Cataclysm cinematic, and to make the hall sound like Deep Home, and you could hear the roilings of the primordial elements and Deathwing tugging at the chains and everything just about to happen. And then the cinematic starts, and as you know, the rest is history.
It's pretty epic.
Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the music that you've been doing for Cataclysm?
My whole team has been working really hard on Cataclysm. The music we've added has been a really great adventure, because one thing that's really important to point out is that we haven't removed any music from World of Warcraft. All the players who love special musical moments in the game will be able to find them. They may not be in quite the same place, because the story may have evolved or changed and the world is not quite what it was, but maybe around a little corner somewhere you'll hear the music you love. Right. And then we've gone on to create an evolution of those themes. So you'll still hear Teldrassil and Darnassus and Orgrimmar and Stormwind, but they've all taken a twist. For instance, Orgrimmar reflects the fact that it's under new management, with Garrosh having reforged the Horde. So that's reflected in the music.
And what about the type of music that you've created for the new races, like the Goblin and the Worgen?
Derek Duke created some amazing music for the Goblins that are something unusual for us. I mean, there's kazoos and there's whistling, and it's got the irreverent and sort of tongue-in-cheek thing that has been present in the Goblins' personalities all along. But now that we've refined them and given them the solid backstory for their joining with the Horde, it's reflected in the music. And in the Worgen side, we've tried to reflect this kind of almost Dickensian but twisted, dark story that they have, and the whole tale of Greymane. And so we use harpsichords and a lot of woodwinds, and it's a little dissonant and out of tune. So hopefully each of those musical tapestries reflects the zone and the race.
Now, one of the really cool things that you guys have here at BlizzCon that people can actually buy at the store is the sheet music for World of Warcraft. And I think that's really amazing. What made you guys decide to, offer the sheet music, and will we be seeing more sheet music for other games? Absolutely.
We've always wanted to do this, and the players have been asking for this for quite some time, and we do listen. And I'm proud to say that debuting today at BlizzCon, our first two pieces, we have intermediate piano versions of Lament of the Highborn and the song Invincible from Fall of the Lich King. Wow. And we will follow that up with Karazhan and Shaping of the World and several Call to Arms and several others. We'll also release all these pieces of music in other forms, like beginning piano and practice tapes, so you can, or CDs, I should say, showing my age. Practice CDs where you can listen to the music and play along with it to learn your part if you play the French horn or something like that. All the way up to choral music, marching band, and I really want to hear our music at the Rose Parade someday.
That would be so awesome. I used to be in the marching band in high school, so I would love that.
We're really excited about it.
Well, it's interesting that you're doing music, in all these different types now for, marching bands and piano and everything. But how has technology played into the evolution of music here at Blizzard? You always do such, epic pieces and orchestral pieces of music. Are you guys using technology in any new ways to sort of help create the music in your games?
I think in a lot of ways we're reverting to something more timeless. I mean, the technology's there. It keeps our recordings clean and beautiful. But for instance, I write my music pencil to manuscript paper.
Wow.
And we've got all the computers, but there's something about writing it and seeing the spatial relationships of time versus all the different instrumental families and things like that. It just, it's hundreds of years old and it works for a reason. So I write that way. And we use all the technology just to make these really nice recordings and then to deliver the music in the game in a way that's interactive. And so when you're trying to bring down the Lich King, for instance, the music is changing and working with the scene.
More
and
dynamic with what's happening inside of the game.
Are you trying to find out if they use auto-tune? If you're trying to auto-tune their music?
You never know, a little hip-hop, a little auto-tune.
Well, actually in Icecrown Raid, there is something that the engine of the Forge of Souls, and the boss in there is called the Godfather of Souls, and and his name is Bron Jams, little play on words, and the emotes and the exertions that he makes, Chris Metzen voiced, and it's a little kind of, sounds like the Godfather a little bit, and so the music just out of nowhere goes to this beat and
unexpected.
This sound.
That's good.
And it's saxophones and everything you'd expect, but it's through guitar amps and it's in a cave, so still sounds Warcrafty.
Right.
And I love the player comments. They say it's wrong and it's weird, and I love it.
Speaking of player comments, how about we see if are there any comments on Twitter we can find out?
Of course, there are comments on Twitter for Russell. There are questions on Twitter. First one that comes to you, Russell, is this is from Adam, and Adam asked, have you guys ever thought of incorporating any current music into your games? So that's an interesting question. You guys have done a lot of. I think he means by current music, it's a Jersey thing. I guess maybe he means having some existing like modern songs or pop songs. I guess is what he means. Maybe, I don't know. Like soundtrack.
I think that if it fit with the timelessness of the game, of course we would. I mean, there's cultural references all through WoW, so sometimes it's tongue-in-cheek, like the Bronze Jam thing I just mentioned. It's it kind of worked. It's coloring outside the lines a little bit, but it works. So it's contextual. I wouldn't rule everything out.
Probably not coming soon. All right, let's get to another one here. There are actually 20, 30 questions for you. Lots happening. This one is from Aura Moon. And Aura Moon says, I love Lament of the Highborn. Will we see more elements like this within Cataclysm as this really enhances the game?
Could you repeat the question?
Absolutely,
I couldn't quite hear you.
I love Lament of the Highborn.
Yes.
And will we see more music like that in Cataclysm?
Actually, in Cataclysm, we have basically the Alliance's version of Lament of the Highborn.
Okay.
Much like the Lament, it came along quite by accident. Neil Akery wrote a piece, and the working title was Night Elves, but it's now known as Night Song, and it's a lilting kind of folk song sort of thing, and it's in the correct language and everything, but it ends with a big epic Warcrafty rhythm, and it's really cool. And you might just hear it tonight in the show.
Oh wow, there's a little tease. All right.
So I'm kind of curious, with the different type of music that you can come up with, how is it with StarCraft? Like you're talking about the timeless, the classic music that you're doing in Cataclysm. Now, does StarCraft give you a chance to change that up a little bit?
Absolutely. StarCraft is very eclectic musically. Right. It has been since the original, and so we continued that. And so we had a couple things going on. One is just all the different types of music, the Terran music and the Zerg and the Protoss, all very different. And then there's the jukebox in Joey Ray's bar, which is just, got the songs that the Terrans listen to.
I love the jukebox.
Absolutely.
And I love hearing the band at the midnight launch, too.
And we released the album today at
I saw it, the record, right?
Revolution Overdrive. Yeah. And it's an LP, a real vinyl record. But we also include an iTunes card so that you can listen to it.
The way you
don't have
not many people have record players anymore. All right, let's head right back to Twitter because you're blowing up Twitter, Russell.
I know.
People
look
love
at that.
you on Twitter.
Excellent.
Two good questions here that sort of are related to each other. First of all, Alex, Zergrush 101 asks, will we be seeing different kinds of music depending on the time of day in a game? Joyful in the mornings or quiet at night? And that sort of leads into another question where this comes from another person asking, will we see different music based on how your mood in the game or things like that? I guess there are questions about interactive music in these games. How interactive is the music right now in Blizzard games?
The music in WoW has had day and night versions since the beginning, since 2004. And not all the zones have day and night changes, but those that do, we definitely change both the background ambience and the music to keep it immersive and moody. And I always have loved the fact that WoW follows the real time clock of our day as in real life. So as it happens, I always play WoW at night. So it's really crazy to play it during the day and hear the day music and the day sound design, sound effects and things like that.
You know what, you're right, because I've always played WoW at night as well, and then one day I played WoW during my lunch break, and I thought they'd changed something in the game.
I've always loved that. We continue that in Cataclysm, and we're looking to advance that more in the future and have music and sound that reacts more to what's going on. Like someday I want, when a hunter fires a musket, for instance, I want the birds to stop singing for a while, things like that. Just little touches that make it just feel, suspend the disbelief.
Absolutely. All right, another one on Twitter for you. This comes from Christian at Arduan, and Christian says, would Blizzard composers consider staging their own video games live? You guys have had your music in video games live. Would you ever do sort of a tour of just Blizzard music?
I think it's a great idea. In fact, we have amassed in all the years of BlizzCon now and the 2 worldwide invitationals that we had a big concert at, we've amassed definitely a full concert's worth of material. Video Games Live did do a special all Blizzard evening in Houston this past year.
Oh, wow.
So it's just a matter of getting it together. We definitely have the material. And one thing that's really interesting now when we write the music, we're also thinking about, well, will this work live?
Yeah.
It's for the game first, but there's still that thing in the back of the mind, at least to maybe say, well, out of all these cues we've created, maybe these 1 or 2 might be really good in concert, and we just earmark them for a future BlizzCon or whatever we might come up with.
Well, we'll look forward to that. Now, one last Twitter question for you, Russell. This one comes from Troll King at iTrollCatHunter. There's someone, we're going to ask about this. Inside joke, Russell, don't worry about it. Hey, Russell, will us Cataclysm beta testers be hearing your melodies anytime soon? Also, any chance of adding some metal music?
I didn't hear the first part.
Oh, he was asking if Cataclysm beta testers will hear your music anytime soon.
The Cataclysm music has appeared in the beta builds over the last few weeks. Okay. It's just starting to get hooked up, and so as the builds roll out, you'll hear more and more of the new music.
Yep.
We're still tweaking the mix, the volume levels. We're still rearranging which pieces of music play where, and working with the designers to make sure that in the dungeon encounters or even in the quest lines that you hear the music. There's a lot of music that plays when you complete quests now. My little mini cutscene plays and something happens.
And what about metal music? We're going to have any metal.
So what about the metal music? Well,
Level 85 is not appearing here this weekend, right?
Well, Power of the Horde is still in there.
Yes, okay.
And that might be one of the best ways is to do some more with level 80 or 80 artists formerly known as. Yeah.
So, and up to level 85 soon, right?
There you go. And it's again like the Bronze Jam. If it makes sense in the game or some kind of cultural reference we're trying to do, absolutely.
Excellent. All right, well, Russell, thank you so much. We can't wait to hear some of your new music tonight, I guess, during the contest, right?
Yes, we have 5 never before heard arrangements of Blizzard music playing tonight. 1 new piece from Cataclysm as well, as I mentioned, was hinting at earlier. So very exciting.
All right, well, we'll hear it all right here live on DirecTV in high definition. Thank you very much, Russell. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
All right, well, now we're going to head on out to Cat Hunter. Cat is with someone who knows all about online technology at Blizzard, which is something they do very well to keep all those servers up and running. Cat, who you with?
We are here with Rob Breidenbecker, the Vice President of Online Technologies, and it is a big treat to have you. We did not get to interview you last year, and we have a bunch of questions for you in a short amount of time, so I hope you'll excuse me running through a bunch of information fast, but it's good to have you here.
Thanks a lot, Kat. It's great being here. I'm really digging the opportunity, and it should be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Okay, I'm just going to get started then. Okay, you are in charge of a lot over at Blizzard, obviously. One of them being the new mobile armory system that was launched.
Yep.
And we've launched that Guild Chat is coming. When is it coming, and what is it going to look like?
Well, you know, it's funny. You're asking me a question, and it's asking about when a date is going to roll.
Right.
When was the last time Blizzard ever gave a date on something?
That's a very good point. Are we looking like long out in the future or close? I mean, is that something you're comfortable talking about?
I would say it's closer than most people realize.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is, as you know, we've been investing a lot more in the mobile technology.
Mm-hmm.
So we put more on the mobile armory with the 3D character views. We put more in there with just being able to access your guild banks, etc. Putting that guild chat in there is that extra feature that we know that we needed to have in order to make people happy. So it's right on the horizon. I'm not going to commit to a date because the guys working on it will kill me.
Have you gotten into the interface design portion of it yet?
Oh, totally. The guys are actually, I mean, the crew that puts together our websites and our mobile tech, they're actually pretty much one and the same. And they come up with the craziest, coolest designs, and it's great because it feels like when you're rolling around out on the street or you're checking out the websites, it's almost no different than if you were actually in game. So it's awesome.
What are the future goals for the mobile initiative at Blizzard?
You know, right now what we're really focused on is actually picking up ways in which we can enhance the overall World of Warcraft experience, as well as just the Blizzard experience in general. You know, after the launch of StarCraft 2 and the launch of the new BattleNet, we absolutely know that is an area that we're going to be targeting for additional mobile initiatives.
Oh, that's excellent. So that actually brings me into another question. We have the new BattleNet. There's an old BattleNet. What's going to happen with that in the future?
You know, that's a topic of I don't want to say debate, but it's one of those areas where you look at it and you say, God, we've got a ton of cool games on our old system. We know that there's some player confusion, no doubt. Even internally, we've had to basically come up with a term, classic BattleNet, to reference the old one. So what we're trying to do is find ways in which we can strategically bring over certain games from the old BattleNet onto the new BattleNet. Right now, we're looking seriously at Warcraft 3.
Really?
Because it actually it already has segmented namespaces from the rest of the BattleNet, and there's a lot of things in there that we can actually do that seems like we'd be able to pull over pieces of what we've introduced into StarCraft 2, like RID and presence and toast and so forth. So that is something that we're seriously taking a look at. And don't ask me any dates because you know I won't give you any.
I know. Sometimes I have to ask. You don't have to answer. That's the way I look at it. Your group also is responsible for the community sites that we see. We just launched a new StarCraft 2 community site. Where are we going to see one that launches with Cataclysm?
Man, you are not only going to see one, you are going to see the best one.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the community site for SC2 was awesome.
Right.
The crew that put together our web team did a phenomenal job. I am so proud of those guys. And it's funny because we're finally at a point where we've really got this culmination of experience and expertise in those areas, and they were able to take all of the requests from the community team, the dudes and ladies that roll with posts and comments and feedback to the actual community, and implement a lot of that tech into what we're doing on the community site. So for WoW, we're pretty much pulling a lot of that stuff over, but we've got some surprises in mind.
Okay. So around Cataclysm launch probably is when we'll see a preview of it?
Actually, for sure when Cataclysm launches,
Right.
in the back of my head I want to say that we're probably going to do some kind of beta a little bit beforehand.
Awesome.
But don't quote
Don't
me on
hold
it.
you
100.
to
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I won't coach you. Live television might, but not me. All right, so just quickly, I want to talk about another area that you guys have to concentrate on, which is of a lot of concern to World of Warcraft players, and that's the rise of accounts that have being hacked. You guys launched a new security precaution, I guess is what we could call it this year, that I hear has been very successful. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, totally. So what we did is, I want to say about 2 years back, we actually launched the Blizzard Authenticator. We then redubbed it the BattleNet Authenticator. That physical token, we then said, hey, you know, mobile phones are totally ubiquitous. We're putting more in mobile tech. Why don't we bring that over to as many mobile platforms as we can? So we ended up coming out with a mobile token. And then we found, hey, you know what? There's some additional stuff we can do to really enhance the overall protection. Because as you said, the account compromises, I mean, we totally worry about making sure people can actually get into their accounts. So on the back end, we're doing a lot of analysis on play patterns, et cetera, so that we can make a pretty good guess as to whether or not you are who we think you are. And in the event that we suspect it's not you, what we're doing now is we're locking that down and we're actually seeking some confirmation. And we're putting more now into that confirmation so that you know, again, we're 100% confident it's you, whether it's verification through email or you being able to call in, or in some point in the future, maybe even sending an SMS to you. There's a number of different things we're investing in that, because that is a huge problem, and we are totally committed to fixing it.
Oh, that's good. Is there any talk about being able to have 2 different authenticators for one account, so I can use my phone or a token, depending on where I am?
Yeah, you know, we talked about, we actually just recently reduced the number of authenticators that you can have on different accounts.
I read that.
But I don't know whether or not we'll want to be in a situation where you can have 2 different ones. It's not a bad idea, because one of the challenges I know we run into with that initiative is you're sitting at home, you're playing, and then you decide, I'm gonna go over to my buddy's house or what have you, and next thing you know, you go to log in, it prompts you for the authenticator, and you go, I forgot it.
I know.
So that's one of those things where we are investing some things on, like I said, more mobile tech. Looking at SMS stuff, looking at the ability to call into a number to prove that authentication. There's a number of things that we're trying to do to, again, make it much more convenient, including even going so far as to say, hey, we think that this isn't you, or hey, we think you're in a situation where we need to ask you for the authenticator.
Right.
Now we'll prompt you, instead of doing it every time. For us, it's all about making it convenient and making it cool, and just making it a much better player experience.
Most awesome. Well, I know the fans are very much going to appreciate it, and we appreciate the time that you spent with us today. And there will be more great interviews with DirecTV and more hardcore launch dates confirmed live on DirecTV coming up next.
Kat Hunter with all the tough questions. Well, you'll see Kat again in a few minutes when we get the costume contest underway, which is a highly anticipated part of BlizzCon every year. But Kim and I are now joined with the man who had a pretty big year. Chris, it's great to have you here. StarCraft 2 is out there. We were just talking before we came on. Fans are kind of disappointed. I mean, the artist formerly known as Level 80 ETC, not rocking BlizzCon. What's going on?
It was a tough choice. You know, we talked about it, and the truth is that we were working really hard on StarCraft 2. We were crunching, basically, and it was a question of how much we'd seen our families in between the time of launching. It just came out on the 27th, July 27th, and it was like August and September were going to be us crunching on a new show, and we really wanted to write some new songs and have some new material to do. To play. So we have written a new song. That's what we were working on. We should have it ready, and hopefully we can do that next year.
You gotta wait a whole year for the song?
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Christmas present to the fans, put it on iTunes or something like that? Well,
it's ready when it's ready, Jeff. So apparently
we
it was
have
not
to iterate.
ready.
When I said it was written, it's started.
Yeah.
We'll iterate 100 times probably. Push it back a couple years.
A name for it yet?
Warriors of Azeroth.
Warriors of Azeroth coming next year to BlizzCon, guys. So pre-order right now. All right. Kim, you want to talk about StarCraft a little bit, or what do you got?
Let's talk about the StarCraft 2 launch. You know, it happened in July. What have you guys learned after this launch? I'm sure you learned a lot.
Yeah, we learned a ton. It was a lot of work, and it was super successful. Blew away our expectations. I was certainly a lot of nerves there at the end, right before coming out, but. I think the big thing that I took away was keep it simple. There was a lot of complexities to the launch, differences in each of the territories, and moving forward, I just want to make sure that we keep it easy for us to accomplish. But really, it was very successful. We're totally happy. All the territories have done really well. You know, what we've been doing since is continuing to update through patches. We've released one major patch. We have another one in the works right now. A lot of cool features. Greg Canessa talked about some of it during our multiplayer or Secrets of the Masters panel that we had earlier. But there's some cool things coming online. Really, the focus of us here this time is not to talk about Heart of the Swarm. I know that's the big thing the fans want to hear about is Heart of the Swarm, but we're really focusing on internally deciding what that's going to be and figuring out the details before we share, and instead focusing on what has been very exciting since launch. Tournaments and esport. I mean, tournaments and esport, the big thing. We have some huge showcases here. GSL, we have Fruit Dealer, and
Boxer.
Yeah, Boxer's playing. I mean, that's crazy. GSL has been very successful. I don't know if you've been talking about this, but we had the streams go down when Boxer was playing SC2 apparently during GSL Season 2's first match. They were bringing down the internets, the fans were. So, and we're seeing a lot of interest outside of Korea too. at least 30% of players are outside of that. So that's one of the things, is really showcasing that. Hopefully the communities at large are seeing that through BlizzCon and getting excited about it like we are. And then the other side of it is mod making, and we're showcasing 4 internal mods that we made that will be released for free to the fans at some point. And then
at some point, look how I threw that in there.
Well, I'm not going to get specific.
Let's
go
ahead and talk about the mods. People are, that's what you guys are showing here at BlizzCon, and that's what the players are able to test out. Can we go through the mods that you're actually showcasing here and on the machines out there?
Yeah. So there's 4 mods that we've made. Probably the biggest one is Dota. And that's, it's harkens to the legacy, as I like to say, of the sort of Dota-inspired gameplay, and it's very much that. It features a bunch of different heroes that come from all of our franchises rather than sticking just to StarCraft 2. We also have Star Jeweled, which is one that I think is particularly exciting. I totally would recommend that any fan of seeing a different game in the StarCraft 2 engine. Whereas Dota still has a lot of the elements. You're controlling a unit. It's RTS-centric to some degree. This is a totally different game. It's a very Bejeweled-inspired game. And you play basically a puzzle game and then send units against your enemy. It's cooperative. It's competitive 2v2. Then we have Irish Chef, which is just a fun little game. It's got a lot of cool art. Artists have been working really hard on it, showing what can be done in our engine. And then the last one is Left to Die. It's an homage to Left 4 Dead by Valve, and it's really cool. It's based on one of the missions from StarCraft 2, but now you can cooperatively try to hold out, and it has some homage creatures that are in it from Valve's game. So.
Very cool. So yeah, lots of mods, and the community keeps building great mods. As you mentioned, though, I mean, the next StarCraft 2, expansion or part of the experience, Heart of the Swarm. A lot of fans were wondering when that's going to come out. I know Greg Canessa was quoted recently where he made it sound like it might be sort of middle of 2012 when they finally get to see it. I mean, is there any sense of how far away it's going to be?
Well, I've said this before. I said this way before we shipped the game. When I look back at Warcraft 3 and historically how we've done, Reign of Chaos, after Reign of Chaos shipped, we did the Frozen Throne. It took us about a year to do that. Yeah. And this is bigger. There's a lot more to do with Heart of the Swarm, so I do anticipate it taking longer than that. We don't have a date. Honestly, if we did, we would share it.
But probably it would not next year, it sounds like, right?
No. I mean, I think realistically, it's probably not going to be next year.
Right. All right. Well, the thing is that it's going to be very ambitious.
Yeah. So we hear it here. It's not next year. At least we can quote him on that. Well, can we quote you on that?
Yeah, you can quote me on that. I think that's the realities of it. But at the same time, we're going to look to anywhere where we can make things efficient and pull things in. So is it possible? Maybe. The reality is, though, that we're really excited about Heart of the Swarm. We learned a ton during Wings of Liberty. There's a ton of things we're excited about bringing. There's going to be all new multiplayer, all new units. We're going to have a fully new campaign as far as not just story that continues where you left off, but also how you interact with it. The mechanics are going to be different. We're not really going into specific details, and we're still working on those things now, but I'm excited about it. The team's excited about it because of what we did learn, and I think that we are going to be more efficient, so we'll see what happens. I really am guessing. There's a ton of estimation and other things that have to happen before I could say to you guys a real date.
Now, there was something you mentioned earlier that I kind of want to get back to, and that was talking about the launch and launching in different territories and how complicated that is. Now, coming from the players, a lot of players have been commenting about the region restrictions, how Latin America players can't play with the U.S. players, or how Russian players can't play with, the European players. Like, can you talk a little bit more about that? I mean, are you going to do anything to allow the cross-region playing?
I think the long-term vision or the vision we would love to have is a totally, everybody goes and meets in a homogenized place and we all play and live together in utopia. And the truth is it's difficult to achieve that. Performance, latency, your connection to the services, that matters a lot in StarCraft 2 especially. So we want to provide the best experience possible for our players. On top of that, there are business model differences, and it's not just that simple to say just let everybody connect anywhere because the game costs this much here or there, or you need a different license, you need a different BattleNet account in certain regions. But what I can say is we've definitely heard the feedback from the fans. We know that that's an interest. and we're going to look at where we can do that and make it happen. It's just, I don't have a timeline for you.
Okay.
Chris, well, one last question for you with Heart of the Swarm. The multiplayer, how do you think that's going to change? So obviously we know, you know, the Zerg campaign, but is multiplayer going to change dramatically for that game, or no?
Well, you know, what we're doing right now is looking at the game. We're very happy with where multiplayer is, but we know there are going to be voids and places that need to be addressed, and this is our opportunity. Heart of the Storm is a great opportunity to look at each of the races and see what can we change, what should we change to make the best possible game beyond where we are now. So, like I said, we're happy. I think we can even get better. Heart of the Storm provides that opportunity. We will touch each of the races and change each of the races to some extent. The details of that, of course, are you know, to be determined, and we don't even know yet what. But there's going to be lots of opportunities.
No
to
fourth
do that.
race, though, right?
You know, I cannot comment, but. Probably not.
Oh.
All right. Well, we were close on that one.
I got so excited when he said no comment.
Exactly. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Well, Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We look forward to hearing from you guys soon.
You guys.
Live on stage, jamming next year at least. We hope.
Let's hope.
Excellent. All right. Well, there's much more coming up here on BlizzCon 2010. Live, and of course we're going to the costume contest, which folks are really excited about. Jay Moore and Cat Hunter. Got a little preview, and I guess JoJo might be in her costume too, we hope. I haven't seen JoJo's costume yet.
She's been working on a really awesome costume.
Here we go, right to the costume contest. Enjoy it here on DirecTV Live.